Hi there, I'm Janine and welcome back to Quest for You, another episode, 244. Thank you for listening. I'm deeply grateful. I want to tell you that for the last couple of days, I've been in my company sales meeting. It's a big event, twice a year, where all salespeople come in and everyone from the office. And we hear about new products and strategies to use out in the field or in our everyday work life. And as I sat there and listened to the presentations, I couldn't help but think how many of the goals that companies ask us to accomplish are very similar to those that we should be asking ourselves to pursue in our personal lives. Yet often, we try really hard to meet the objectives others put out for us. It's often the companies we work for. Sometimes it's other groups that we are part of, or the things our relatives and friends ask of us. But often we neglect our own targets, the things we really want and need to work on. Companies want to be successful so they can grow, generate profit, maybe even be sold at a nice price or go public. But we also want to lead successful lives. We want enough money to have a comfortable lifestyle so we can pursue those things that are important to us, whether it's travel, family, hobbies, or other things. Our personal goals can be closely connected to our company objectives. If work is going well, if we meet our targets, then that reflects in greater recognition and monetary compensation for us. But often, we give up pursuing personal goals, especially those bigger and longer term ones, and only follow those laid out for us by our companies. We take on the challenges that they give us, cut expenses, bring on more customers, work more collaboratively, improve processes, and use the new technologies. But in our personal lives, we don't push ourselves. Sitting in these meetings this week, I realized there's a lot we can learn from our immediate work environment. I'm not telling you to slack off at work so you can get your personal stuff done. I'm simply encouraging you to take a minute and reflect on what you can learn from the company you work for and how you can apply similar challenges to your personal life. I made a list of the top 3 that came to mind for me. Financial responsibility. I would say that this is the top priority for all companies, even if many don't openly say so. And whether you work in finance, HR, sales, or marketing, I'm sure you have expenses on your mind every time you make a business decision. Often we even have budgets that we're responsible for. We know what we can spend and what we need to do when one of our areas is over budget. Even if you just clean for your company, or sort the mail, or serve coffee, I'm certain you have a certain level of financial awareness at your work. And with that comes responsibility. So when companies challenge us to cut expenses because they're going through a tough year, we get creative and we follow the directives. Yet at home, we often don't have that same level of commitment. We overspend, we max out credit cards, and we forget to save money. It's harder at home, I get it. Unless you have a partner who challenges you like your boss does at work, you probably don't feel the same level of pressure. But let's reflect for a minute. If we do it at work, if we show the commitment and follow through on the financial objectives laid out for us there, why can we not do it in our personal life, where it matters even more? And what about time? Companies love efficiencies. The more we can do for them in less time, the more companies save on additional labor expenses. So what do? We delegate. We look for improvements to processes. We purchase software and systems to help us do things faster. At work, our time has a price tag. But what about at home? Do we scrutinize our time in the same way, or do we lose track of it? In front of the TV, chatting for hours with the neighbors, or lounging around all Sunday? What would happen if we looked for similar process improvements at home? Small things can make a huge difference. Maybe getting up early on Saturdays to get all errands done in the morning. This would relieve the arduous Sunday afternoon shopping when everyone is doing the same, and free up some time for something else, maybe that little blog that you've been meaning to start. I constantly play around with my time allocations on weekends. When I sit here in this chair at this desk on Sunday evening yet again, trying to record my episodes for the week, struggling to get it all done, then I know I need to change something. So let's learn from the corporations we work for and put a price tag on our time. Companies think in terms of dollars, and we should do the same. Watching 3 hours of Netflix, or taking an online class that could lead to some additional income. Sleeping in all Sunday, or getting up early for a run on the beach and a brunch with friends that improves your mental health and your physical health. Think about the value of your time for your life. What are your goals and your dreams? If you're not chasing those, then you are not deliberate enough with your time. Time is the most regretted loss when we get older because we cannot get it back. So let's be more scrupulous with the use of our time. We can try to do the tedious stuff more efficiently. And just like at work, when we hire companies to help us with things, we can also outsource tasks at home. Plenty of people would love to clean our homes and do our laundry. And income for them equals more free time for us. We can set the limits on the time that we seem to have a hard time controlling, such as the one that gets sucked away by our electronic devices. You can set an alarm for your browsing time, or set rules such as no devices past 8 p.m. In order to become effective with your time, you have to learn how to control it, just like you do at work. And lastly, companies always challenge us to learn and become better. They offer training. They purchase systems for us to learn, and in turn help the company grow and become more effective. Our bosses challenge us with yearly goals that require us to move a little outside of our comfort zones. Maybe we need to become more effective managers, or negotiate with suppliers for better prices, or find new business partners and clients. Companies challenge us because they want to grow. But what about us? We also want to grow personally, right? Luckily, many of the learnings at work can be applied at home as well, especially if you work with other people. But we want more of our life. Often, though, we get complacent. There's no time to take a class, no energy left to exercise. Because nobody's pushing us, we don't go after it. So the effort you make to stay on top of industry knowledge and news related to your area of work needs to translate into your personal life as well. Sometimes this requires stepping outside of your comfort zone a little and go after it. But the mental and physical challenges we expose ourselves to should not be limited to the place where we work. We need to seek our own opportunities for growth, those that bring us closer to the goals we have and the person we want to become. So next time you review your company goals, financial statements, your KPIs set for the year, or you get on a plane to fly to a conference or workshop, think about your life and ask yourself whether you're also dedicating time to your own growth as well. If you find yourself too exhausted from chasing company objectives, if that consumes all your time and energy, then maybe it's time to reevaluate your priorities. Work is there to support your life, not to take it over. Let's find a way to be effective and productive at work, add value to the companies that we work for, and learn as much as we can. But then, let's go home and work just as relentlessly on the things that matter to us. These can overlap, but they will not always. But we have a great opportunity here to reflect a little bit on the time and the effort we dedicate at work, and see if we can find something similar at home where we may need to apply it to. Maybe there are some cost savings we need to go after. Maybe we do need to make a few processes more efficient. Or maybe we need to spend more quality time with the loved ones in our life. Take a look, review, and see what it is that you need to do. Much love.